the love and peace says basically you're saying if they start something once they commit, it's over. Basically, you're saying if they start something once they commit, it's over. I don't know exactly what you mean by that.
Like pretty much what they did, like as far as courting or...
Let me see what I was going to say. All the things they was doing is over after the commitment. Communication is important. Communication is a two-way thing. I want you to pay attention. When a person is talking, that is the speaking part. That is the language part, right? When a person is listening, see, if I'm talking to a wall, there's no communication. It's just me talking to a wall. But when I'm talking to a person, it's communication because they're listening to me. And they're interpreting what I am saying. They're digesting what I am saying. Nowhere in my communication did I say that the other person was going to stop being a certain way just because you put a title on it. I want you to understand that because love and peace, that's where she took it. Where, okay, I'm saying, so basically you're saying they're not going to be the same way. I didn't say that. I said don't expect that. Because the point of the relationship is not to continue to be a certain way as far as like gifts are concerned and dates are concerned and the experience is concerned. That's why it's called courting, where a lot of women want to be courted, but you don't be courted forever. It's for a season. See, a lot of women, especially because women love to say it's the most, about seasons. It's a season for this, season for that. But that only applies to them for some reason. When it comes to their partner, whether they're in a relationship with another man or another woman or a trans person, whatever it is, all women seem to believe that it's seasons for them, but for everybody else, they need to be the same way forever. That doesn't make any sense. Now, once again, communication. A lot of people, men and women, make this mistake where someone says something and then you create an extra concept or idea on top of what they said. I never said that the person would stop being a certain way. I said stop expecting them to. Because that's not the point of the point is that they fulfilled, you do all the courting to grab your attention. But you decide to get into a relationship with them when you realize that they are the type of person that you need to fulfill a certain role of maybe it's leadership, maybe if it's support, maybe it's nurturing, maybe it's motherhood, maybe it's fatherhood, the important stuff, financials, physical protection, intuition, spiritual alignment, health, responsibility, accountability. That's the part that you say, yeah, this is my part. I should make this person my partner. The courtship part is the part that we'll pause for a second. The courtship part is that
the energy that they want to block.
All right, we back. So the courtship part is the part to create the feelings that allow you to connect mentally and physically and emotionally. It's a ritual. Courting is a ritual. The ritual is not supposed to last forever. It's for a certain season. And then there will be other seasons within that relationship where more courting type things will happen again, but it's not a continuous thing. So pay attention not only to the courtship and when to do it, when not to, but pay attention to the communication, because the way that Love and Peace interpreted what I was saying, or really didn't interpret it, added on to what I was saying, is the same mistake that people are making in relationships when you are adding on to what your partner is saying instead of just dealing with what your partner said. The same thing happens in friendships as well. That's why a lot of friendships all of a sudden just break apart, especially with women. I don't know too many women that actually have friends. That they continuously communicate with. There's people that they call friends and they fall out, come back together, fall out, come back. It's this constant ebb and flow of falling out and come back together. Because the communication is so poor, where they are taking what the other person is saying, or even not saying, and making it into something else. You don't have to stop doing that, but if you want to have better results, I would recommend not doing that. But it's up to you. I'm not here to stop anybody. Let's see. Let's see. Trust no one. I want to deal with this one right here. More women operating in their masculinity and men in their femininity. What would you say is causing this shift? Humbly, I would disagree with that statement. Trust no one, Jay. I've watched many hours of red pill content. The Fresh and Fits, the Kevin Samuels, the mediocre tutorials, the O'Shea Duke Jacksons, Coach Greg Adams is. I watch a lot of red pill content, right? And there's a lot of good content. There's a lot of good information. But one of the things that I disagree with is that women are overly masculine. Because that would mean that masculinity, just like I say men are a toxic masculinity, and then men are saying, well, the women are overly masculine. So we're saying that the masculine is bad. And if the men are too feminine, we're saying that the feminine is bad. We're saying that these energies are bad energies. They're not bad energies. There's nothing bad about femininity on any level. There's nothing bad about masculinity on any level. What's happening is that women are actually portraying toxic masculinity and men are portraying toxic femininity. A man cannot portray toxic masculinity. Well, I want to say that. But typically it's not toxic masculinity, right? A man portrays toxic femininity and a woman could portray toxic masculinity. And it's where that woman, it's not that she's too masculine, is that she is doing a poor job trying to portray the masculine. She's portraying it in the wrong way, where she may think that being masculine means talking loud. It means forcing others to do what you say. It means being in control of all decisions. That's not what masculinity is. Masculinity is about protection, protecting others. It's about logical thinking. It's about problem solving. It's about understanding others and how things function. masculinity is very calm. Men who are overly feminine, it's not that you're overly feminine, it's that you are portraying femininity in the wrong way. It is not being super sassy or sassy at all. Being feminine is not twerking. Being feminine is not wearing makeup. Being feminine is not crying. These are not feminine traits. Femininity is intuition. It is empathy. It is healing. It is listening. It is learning. Femininity is learning. So it is not that we're over, the women are too masculine and the women are too feminine. It's that they're portraying each other in the wrong way. And a big reason why they're portraying each other in the wrong way is because they're no longer staying together to learn how each other work. Mm. If you don't stay together in a relationship to learn how each other work, then you're only guessing at what it means to be the other side. Which means you're only guessing the other part of you. And you end up reflecting the negative side of it. So I hope that kind of clears that up there. Let's see. Someone says, Amin Ra Ma'at says, how can you manifest a partner or relationship physically? You can manifest a partner or relationship just like you manifest money. Just like you would manifest protection for somebody. You write down, but you might have to put more effort into it. You'll have to put more effort into the relationship part, into a partner, because you're dealing with another person and they have their own will. So you have to really, really put out a strong energy. So you do a ritual. And in that ritual, you write down the type of partner you're looking for. You write down all the traits that they have. You write down not only the traits and what they look like, and but you also your experiences, your interaction, and how you're going to live with them, and all of these. You gotta write all of these things down. It should be 1-2 pages long. And you write it down twice if you're serious. You say the whole. You say it. You light a white candle and maybe a pink candle, right? And then you light some sage, right? To neutralize the energy so that you can then magnify what you're about to say. You play some meditation music, something also to get the energy vibrating high, right? Hit a singing bowl, get the energy going. And then you state the whole thing that you wrote. After you state that whole thing that you wrote, you fold it up, right? And you burn that one till all the ashes, until everything's ash. You're gonna let the candles go all the way down by themselves, let them go out by themselves. The next day you take those ashes, you throw them out into nature somewhere. The other one that you wrote on, you fold that up, you put it in your pillowcase, and you keep it there. And you sleep on that every night, right? So that's how you manifest in a partner.
That's shade. You getting all of that. Dang! I appreciate the questions tonight. I like talking relationships.
Let's see, we'll go one more question.
Oh, look, I like listening relationships. I like learning relationships.
Can I find one more?
I feel like you stopped scrolling because.
Huh?
I feel like it was some up there, but you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I just picked something else.
Well, maybe not.
What's the best way? I'm gonna go somewhere else. Go in detail. Go in detail to find. Okay. So someone said, I might go into that one. Someone said earlier, what's that say? Hoya Maris? I don't know. Hoya Maris said, go into detail to find the right one for the fam. I'm guessing you find the right one for yourself, your right partner.
Yeah, I think you said right one fam.
Save this live. I know I missed something good.
He said, bro, do you smile?
You can't trust a man that's too smiley.
Literally.
Men who be smiling, they ain't getting nothing done.
What you smiling for?
Our community. I mean, just America, period. The world is too messed up to be smiling. What you smiling for? Now, I leave the smiling up to the women and the children. Us as men, like, we're supposed to keep the world together, and the world is falling apart. What am I smiling for? But as far as how to find the right one, someone said, well, one challenge with that is really the man's job to find the right one. Because the men, they pursue. And the men, we're supposed to use logic, because we're logical thinkers when choosing, right? And take that pressure off of the woman and let the women. In one way, in a lot of ways, actually, for women, it's the dating realm is very messed up for you. And no matter how much we try to put accountability and responsibility on the women, it's unfair because that's just not how it's supposed to go, because that's not how women are built. Y'all are not built to be the logical ones, to shift through, to pick the right guys. Like, that's not supposed to be your job. It never was your job. The men are supposed to be the right men to begin with. And not only are we supposed to be the right men, because there's a lot of right men out there, but then the second problem that we have with the men is that they don't know with enough detail what they're looking for. They have like a gist of what they're looking for, but they don't have enough detail about what they are looking for exactly to make it plain and simple for the women, so that the women can just pick and choose. Okay, I understand. Okay, here's this model of man. Here's all of the components that come with them. Here's all of the manufacturing details. Okay, what I like, you know what? Yeah, I like that one. Or you know what? Not for me. Instead, all you get is, okay, here's this man. Here's a cover. I can see the cover. I can see the wheels and the tires and, the paint job. I got a couple of details that the dealer, told me about, but I don't have the Carfax, so I don't really know if this is real. You don't really know. So as far as finding the right one, it's up to us as the men to make sure that we are detailed about what we are looking for, so that we can go after the right ones, and the women can then accept the right ones. So that's one way. And then on a spiritual level, you look at the charts. So what we would do in some, indigenous tribes or clans or cities is, you would meet somebody and, you would hit it off, but then you would go see a spiritual practitioner who would then look at your charts and then tell you if this is really a good match or not, or if this is just, a spark for the moment. So looking at the charts, which, I'm gonna bring that service within a day or so. I'll have the service up to where I'll be able to look at your charts to help assist with that, with people to see, like, should you really be together or not? So that's to find the one answer. Oh man, Truth really wants to know about this Aries and Taurus.
She's trying to figure it out.
Well, I said the other day that I can't answer a question about one sign, a sun sign. That doesn't mean much of anything. It's about all the other signs in combination. That's why I got to come up with that service for you guys. What's one thing you would say the higher power taught you about your relationship? I think the higher power taught me about my relationship. It taught me that my relationship is not for me to control, but for me to learn to control myself. It taught me that my relationship is not for me to control, it's for me to learn to control myself. And by controlling myself, the relationship will become more under control. So I would say that's what it taught me. Both our signs are Aries and Leo. She's the Leo. Someone said the most important relationship is with thyself. Technically. People get that misconstrued that having your relationship with yourself means isolating yourself from everything else. Everything else is self. So just remember that. So now we will move on. It's 12:12. I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
To move on to the prayer time.
PT. Oh. Y'all asked some great